Hey, welcome to my video. I'm Jennifer Roberts. This is True Divine 4-4. I appreciate you all being here and listening, and this is where I put out the daily energy stroke tarot readings where the two are combined. It's what I do to give you a narrative of your day to help you be guided as to the energies you might feel within you, around you, or within others, and how to negotiate them best, or just even to have some foresight into the energies and the repercussions of. Take what resonates, it is general, and leave what does not. No offense taken whatsoever. Please leave a comment. It's great to know who's listening and everybody getting to know everybody real nicely, and much better in the channel is brilliant, because then there's this other layer of support and like-minded, like-hearted people. So on the bottom of the deck, we're going to go with the bottom of the deck first. Judgment card. Da, da, da. Okay, so we're in many reckonings of judgment within ourselves and as a body of mass within all of these individuals that make up the masses. And so we are in this real deep and fast waves of getting into the judgment energy, of taking a stop and a pause, and having, hopefully for those who are there in that frequency, having a resolve to finally let go of that doesn't serve you, of that is not for your greatness, of that doesn't fill you up in every single part, every single cell within you. So we're in these momentary but fast and furious judgment energies, and they keep coming up thick and fast. And I really do feel that is aligned with time speeding up, quite literally. I do feel that is aligned with people getting into their lane, as far as something that I need to describe in a different video, but literally being able to be zapped into a different type of reality that looks very, very different, which is what still gives me hope, to be honest. And I'm a realist, but when I get visions and continuous inner standings, continuous visions of the capability, letting go of the limitations, as in the judgment energy, of what is possible, what actually is, that a lot of what you've aligned with, a lot of what you've held on to, are indoctrinated limitations on subjects that have been subjected to the control and manipulation of what I call the hijackers that came here so long ago. So this is a deep energy for anybody feeling it, and it's coming in waves, it's coming in tones, in vibrations, washing over you. Maybe some of you at the without warning, you get in this energy, this feeling, and you're realizing that you're in this judgment energy where you stand alone in your with a part of you, a root of you, rooted in your darkness, in the places and the experiences, and it gets a bad rap. It is a powerful place, because it's within these experiences that we find out who we are, when we are in that experience, in that moment. And so taking time to not live in that moment, but to be able to absorb the nutrients from it, for sure, in order to be able to proceed forward to your destiny, to your greatness, or to what isn't your greatness, or whatever frequency you have managed to attain and innerstand and work with, to even be able to hear. Some of you are hearing this audible hum, this vibration, this unexplainable sound. And this is you really being very, very in tune with the tone and vibration of the natural frequency changes that I feel that are happening right now. Some of you might be so switched on though that you're actually audibly hearing, and we spoke about this in the comments on one of the videos, but audibly hearing the manipulation of said frequencies, the manipulation of natural frequencies. And if we think about it, this is where it's going to come out in the future, that this is where they even patented to a certain extent frequencies and how they could use them. Literally how they want to own the air that we breathe. We see that they even try and be as audacious, is that the right word? As plain-faced, as poker-faced as to claim that they can own even the sound, the frequencies, to really put themselves in the place in the minds of the people as gods, as God, you know, and all is sound, vibration and frequency creating life, speed and force. And okay, so that's on the bottom of the deck. Now we've got the 8 of Wands on the bottom of the other deck. And so this speaks of fast movements, messages happening in spirit, in the ethers, not just in spirit, in the ethers, in the surrounding, picking up cues from the universe. When you're picking up on those cues, use them, act on them. Do not hesitate to do so. Use your intuition when you pick up on those cues to be able to make the right decisions to go forward as and when, then and now in that moment, because this is fast energy. And what is happening in the dark, in the unseen, is having a direct effect on what is happening here, and vice versa. It's a feedback system. It comes to mind where I'm going to get into that actually, is further down. So we've got a repetitive card. We've got the Temperance card. So this speaks of alchemizing, because you've got to be able to do your own alchemy, your energy work at this moment. Of course, if you want to do energy flow sessions, you're welcome to do so, where we practice the use and the control and the building up of the force and flow of energy. But it's really a very, hold on baby, let me get that wire through. It's really a very necessary tool to be able to use alchemy with the energy that is around you in order to be able to use it to go forward. It really is for you to be able to, particularly for those who are around people at work or around loved ones that are not of the same mindset or not of the same heart drive or not of the same way of thinking, frequency. It's very important that you get good, and you get good fast at being able to not take on board wounds, not to take on board those wounds in order to enter into that victimhood character and story, but to enter into a saga of recognizing that you are a battery, you are a positive and a negative, you are a charge, and so you are also in charge of that charge. And so anything that is around you, you can draw upon that and you can transmute that into something that creates balance, that creates a groundedness, that diffuses and disperses the negativity into particles that become no more than ways of understanding the greater picture, but not as wounds, not as hurts, not entering into victimhood. And this is the strength of the Temperance card. We've got the 10 of Pentacles to clarify the Temperance card, and this speaks of you know, taking ownership of you and what you are capable of, and energy that you store, and that you are an energy source in yourself that is a powerhouse. Really taking ownership of that, because the within, the balance, the scales within, the positive and negative charge within, the ability to transmute within, reaches your spirit, reaches your soul, and reaches your reality here, claiming back your land, taking back your own land first, your inner lands, to your outer lands, and then out further than that. Being able to create alchemy within self right now is like reaching into a vortex, deep to the within. All of those memories of trials and tribulations, all of those memories of victory and valor and honor and strength and creativity and ingenuity throughout your line, and being able to reach that vortex up into your consciousness, to be able to reach the subconsciousness, to be able to reach all of the strengths that you are and have there, and to be able to then project that out into the physical that you are in right now. And it's super important for you as an individual, because this is a very pivotal time for many things, and for many destinations beyond here too, in that there are many here for a reason, and I feel there are many here for a reason that have even succumbed to the very reason that they came here for, and have been enveloped in the saga, in the story that has been going on in this realm for too long, but not forever. It wasn't always like this, or it doesn't have to be like this, let's say. So being able to really stand in that, and being able to really to reach all aspects of self, therefore all realms required to be able to take back land from your inner world to your beneath the earth world, to your outer world, into your consciousness, into your consciousness, and into your outer world with this 10 of Pentacles in the reality that you're in right now. And so we've got the 8 of Wands as the next card. So this is the repetitive card, and we've got the Knight of Wands to clarify. So the Knight of Wands is quick and fast, comes rushing in with a message, doesn't stick around. So these messages are quick and fleeting. So write them down, let them marinate, and come back to your writings to be able to really glean the full message. And then, one second, baby. And then what we do see here is this charging forward in spirit with these messages. I feel there's a lot of us getting messages from our consciousness, from the realm where our consciousness dwells, and directly trying to communicate with the physical that we are here, in order to say, oh, you are a knightly energy, you've got a message to spread, you've got creativity to bring, you've got abundance, you've got a purity here, light your flame, stoke your fire, no more. Because I feel like your consciousness knows that with the spirit realm there's a lot going on, and that all is reliant on each other, like a plant's relying on seeing the sun but also being submerged in the darkness, and the growth comes from both. So what else is being hijacked? because we know that our afterlife has been hijacked for the great many of us.
Demon heaven.
Yeah, yeah, through the psyops, through the program that was uploaded here. As I've said before many times, the Bible as we know it, with many of our truths, our ancestral truths in it, but with characters and with plots that take you off the true story, the true path, the true wisdom and the true knowledge that many of us here have experienced, or know people who have experienced having to come back to the same cycle of history where history keeps repeating. It evolves in different ways, but then doesn't evolve very much as far as life evolves and life is changing. And it's as if the spirit's asking to let you know that they hijacked even the cyclical nature, the sacred cyclical nature, the sacred spiral of nature, and even put a veil over that. They even copied this being, nature herself, in order to be proof positive that they were right. Because the cycles worked, so they take even that, so they use the seasons to add their stories, to add their take on astrology even. So they took what was working, what was good, what was in balance, and they just put a film of religion on. 1 second, then I'm nearly done. So 1 second, baby. So that is deep. And I'll go into more explanation about that tomorrow. But that's deep for whoever needed to hear that, very deep. So we've got the 5 of Pentacles here and the 8 of Cups clarifying. So this is about emotionally being still connected to something that is not of your physical best, is not of even your physical greatness. But there's still this sorrow about letting it go. And yes, there's a lot of things that, you know, we enjoy, sports, all of these things, but everything has been a lie, has been a program, has been a code. And so where we're feeling outside of that and feeling the sorrow of that, ultimately these emotional connections that make us feel sorrow,
Mom, please.
we can do so much better for ourselves, basically, in our individual lives and on the collective stage. You can hear he's saying, Mom, please. When he says, Mom, please, I can't say no any longer. So I'm going to love you all and leave you all. That is the reading for the 21st of April, 2021. I appreciate you all. Thanks for bearing with me and this child. This child? This child? Are you with this child? Right now you're with this child.
Yes, I'm an angel child.
This child? Yes, you are an angel child. So how can you say no to that? It's got me wrapped around this little finger, little finger, haven't you? Got me wrapped.
Yeah.
So, but I'm happy to be wrapped up in that. So that is the reading for the 21st. Sorry to cut it short. The messages were there for those who need to hear them. You hear them, and you're probably hearing how much more I have to say about them, but you probably already know that because you resonated with them if you did hear them. So I appreciate you all. I've said that. I love you. Mwah. Wholeness and balance, and remember, be like, think like Harry Roberts. I appreciate you all.